Titus, what were you seeking to tell the public with your press conference? It's been carried in today's Daily Guide. I'll just take a paragraph or two and then you can come in and tell us a bit more. Because as MPP slams judiciary over unreasonable bail terms, Ebenezer Ponsa reports that the opposition New Patriotic Party has warned the government, especially the judiciary, to refrain from imposing excessive bail conditions on some perceived members of the party accused of committing offences against the state. Speaking at a press conference in Accra State, the General Secretary of the MPP, Justin Kudia-Frimpong, said such practices contravenes Section 96 of the Criminal and Other Offences Procedure Act 1960, Act 30, and Supreme Court precedents which affirm that bail should not be punitive or withheld merely as a punishment. According to the General Secretary, state security agencies continue to flout such constitutional provisions with impunity, particularly Article 14 on the grant of bail to persons arrested or detained. He said the Constitution requires that such persons be brought before court within 48 hours additionally or upon reasonable conditions as may be necessary at a later date for trial. Thus, an accused person who is not tried within reasonable time is entitled to bail irrespective of the nature of the offence. However, recent developments clearly suggest a worrying trend where MPP members are detained beyond the lawful limit, subjected to unreasonable bail conditions, and effectively denied justice. And they gave a raft of, a number of instances to buttress the point you're making.
I will begin by saying that the Attorney General and the Special Prosecutor must play according to the rules.
Okay.
When you go to Article 19 of our Constitution, that talks about one of the most important principles of criminal jurisprudence is the presumption of innocence until you are proved guilty. But sometimes we hear the AG in the Edu Waine's case, and this Mustafa Hamid's case. In fact, there has been some back and forth that Mustafa Hamid properties has been seized. And when you go to the court, the charge sheet, nothing like that is showing, So when you make these pronouncements, these prejudicial comments to tag these people before the public as guilty, when it doesn't allow in your mouth, that Article 19, under the principles of this criminal jurisprudence, is not helping us.
Okay.
So the AG and the Special Prosecutor must be guided where they are lawyers. The AG is the only minister whose profession is defined under the Constitution. So the ethos of the legal profession must be their guiding principle to stop these pronouncements, these prejudicial comments that they are making all over the place, because it's not helping us. Moreover, the political dismissal of the Chief Justice has put fear in judges in this country under President Mahama. Because when you look at the orchestra, the whole thing was orchestrated. The way she was hauled out of her seat has brought some fear. You get what I mean?
Right.
So clearly you could see that the judiciary, the bench, is really under threat. So they cannot really be on their feet as it used to be. Look at the example of the Abronje judge, a misdemeanor case, and look at the way he handled it. And I'm totally disappointed on President Mahama. After making that judgment, he voluntarily retired from the bench. And for the president to call it back and elevate him as an high court judge. Moreover, what does this tell you? Because you realize that the attack on the judge, the way he really handled the case on the Abramia case, misdemeanor case, and all kind of commentaries that even describing Idi Amin, a serious dictator, that we are not the same. And for that matter, you make such judgment, makes the bench and the profession of law a problem.
Does that
so for the president,
but does that disqualify him?
Of course.
Why?
But judge, you don't do that.
Okay.
More so, when he decided to retire voluntarily, for His Excellency the President to invite him and honor him, indirectly or directly, you want to agree with people who really recriminated the judge for those comments. That look, you are in support of the kind of judgment that he passed. Moro, you understand?
Right.
So clearly, you are not setting a good pace. That is why we have checks and balances. The executive power is there, the legislative power is there, and the judicial power is there. When you go to England, their power is in Parliament. But Ghana, our power is in the Constitution. It is the Supreme Court that is empowered to interpret the Constitution to us. So the executive have no role to play. So anytime there's a problem between the executive and the legislature or whatever, it is the Supreme Court who is giving the arbitral status to make a determination out of that. So clearly, one will question, what is bail? If you are looking for Titus Glover and I've committed a crime, and you want me to appear regularly to the police and the court, you put a condition for me that should not be punitive, though you want me to appear in court every time. One, they go and inspect your property. They take your passport from you. Then you put some money over your head to make sure that you are not going to abscond from the jurisdiction. But where you want to make it as a punishment, the person has committed a crime, you've hauled before a court, then you go and put the bail so high that the person cannot even what? Give you the bail. Meanwhile, you want to try him in court. I'm told some of the accused, my brother Asibe and my sister Gifty, are still in custody, including Buffer Stock, Anan. Yesterday, somebody was telling me that the wife has been bailed, but they are still in custody. What is the use of it? Moro, what is the use of this? You keep them in incarceration. They don't have the right to have their day in court. Then you slap them with that high bail condition, making it difficult for them to get it. So what is the justice that we're talking about? What is the justice that we're talking about? Are you opening the floodgates for what? I don't think that is the best way we want to go. The Constitution, as it is crafted, the framers of the Constitution doesn't tell us that when you want to build a bail condition to an accused person, you should set it that high. Then the Attorney General has given some of his powers to Iyoko, to the police, to the special prosecutor. Then Iyoko will slap somebody with an high bail condition. So if the person doesn't get the satisfy the bail condition, he's incarcerated. He's there. So his right to the court has been defeated. So make it in a way that you give him the opportunity to have his day in court. Then you go and talk about your matter there. But you set the people up, you make prejudicial comments, you accuse them all over the place, and at the end of the day, you want the public to judge them before even the court will go and trial. So the NPP is trying to let the president know that, look, your governance style is not the best. Your governance style is not the best. So it is important that the president himself will sit up and look at all these things, because it has some effect on the country in terms of governance.
Okay.
In terms of governance, I haven't finished.
Okay.
You see, when you are doing this selective trial, it also doesn't speak well of you. The Attorney General, under the watch of the President, has filed a nolle prosequi to discontinue the cases of Dr. Poni, Dr. Dufo, the Saklami case, and any of these cases. And the quantum involved in these monies are huge, are very huge. So when you go and cancel because they're your party people, and they were taken to the court, the Oponi's case took 8 years, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. He had his day in court. Tomorrow is this, tomorrow is that, tomorrow is that. For 8 years until you came to power. And you came because you, the AG, once a time, you were a lawyer to do for. And you sat down, we didn't even take the, what do you call it, the 60-40. You know the 60-40? Give me 60, then you take 40. He sat in his office and agreed on the methodology that brings 60 and who will take the 40. He doesn't allow in the AG's mouth. He must take it to the court. Give the court the opportunity to hear before you can arrange on that. He sat in his office and took that unilateral decision. So when you are doing all these selective trial, supporting your party people because they are NDC people, you are setting the country up into the international community that, look, this is not a fair trial that you are doing. So clearly, the MPP wanted to establish a fact that the governance style of the president is not helping. The governance style of the president is not helping. The high bail condition is not helping anybody.
Okay.
The selective trial is not helping anybody.
Right.
Then the MP who was given the 150,000 bail. I listened to your colleague, Erastus, fantastic journalist when it comes to environmental reporting. He risks his life all the time in the Galamsey fight. And if a member of parliament, according to Erastus Donko, what I heard from him, that he really incited the youth against the NIMOS. Let me say kudos to the NIMOS guys for the hard work that they are doing. Kudos to them. So you can imagine what will have happened. You remember Major Mahama? Yeah. I'm not reminding their families of that tragic that is tragic event.
Let's finish this one and come back to that one. That's another topic.
It's part of it. I'm talking about bail conditions. I'm talking about the trial. So Kuda. So clearly, Moro, this man lost his, even though he had a sidearm on him when he was being killed.
Okay.
But he died because of what Galam said. So where city member of parliament, you said you had a call from your senior. He said, please intervene and see how best you can do about this thing. Collins was far away, out of the jurisdiction. And according to Erastus, you could incite your people and attack. They vandalized the vehicle of the NIMOS people.
Okay.
These soldiers will have died. They will have lost their lives.
Okay.
So clearly, this thing that is going on, it doesn't show a good image of our country.
All right.
So I will appeal to the authorities to do what is fair and what is just.
Okay.
To make sure that we protect the sanctity of our judicial system.
Okay.